lovely and wonderful punks. I hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome in. Today we are going to be continuing a playthrough from before the time when I started re-uploading my VODs to YouTube. It has been a long time, but it is here. Scarlet Hollow, Chapter 5. Technically, it came out 2 weeks ago, in part, and fully last week. But I had so many other things I wanted to get through. So, we are going to continue where I left off back in 2024, 2023, something like that. It was before I moved out of Oklahoma. It was before I moved out of my ex's place, even. So, it's going to be a bit out there. I'm going to have to look at my little journal thingy to fully remind us where we were, what kind of character we were doing. But I'm very excited for it. So, let's go ahead and get in. Hello, Scarlet Hollow Knight. Exactly. Yep, it's my affiliate anniversary as well. I'm not doing anything special for that. Although we might raid Valeria Awu later because apparently we share an affiliate anniversary. I was not aware of that. Hello, Neo, you were first. Hello, Theo. Hello, anyone lurking around the edges. Hope you're doing well. Might turn the music down just slightly. Hi, Graham. Are you a baby? He's a baby, in case you didn't know. You wanna come up? You say hi to everyone? He's here now. Say hi to everyone, Graham. Yeah. Yeah, Graham, you interested in the leaves blowing on the screen? Yeah, you're very interesting.
Shit, I never caught up.
Hi, Blood. Welcome in. Thanks for the affiliate anniversary. Thank you also for the sub. 46 months. Hell yeah. Graham, I love you. You can't stay there the whole stream. I have to be able to see the part of this of the thing where the text comes up. And I also need to be able to touch my mouse. What are you sniffing? You sniffing my keyboard? Alright. So for those who don't know, just to bring you up to speed on the general plot of Scarlet Hollow, though I highly recommend you pick up the game yourself. Our aunt has died. Graham, that's a cord. Go away. Our aunt has died. We have moved back home because other than our cousin, our aunt is our only family left. So we're coming to the funeral. We arrive and our cousin is the de facto owner of the local mines and is absolutely miserable. She says she'll put us up in Scarlet Manor for the rest of the week. And the funeral will be in 7 days. Each episode is a day, so we're going to be on day 5. On day 1, we met several people of the town and discovered that there were little doughy monsters that portend doom. Day 2, there was some kind of things deep in the caves under the city. And we begin seeing these seals and these visions of the past. Graham is really interested in these leaves. Day 3, it turns out that the library where one of our new friends lives is haunted by a ghost of somebody who worked with the old Scarlet family and got murdered in the process. Day 4, it turns out one of our friends is some sort of vampiric werewolf monster. And I chose to romance him. And now we're on to day 5. Gonna have to mute and catch up. Alright, good luck, Blood. So, load. 1. Mivlia. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, chapter end. Jersey Devil. You could be the Jersey Devil. Came across the mountains. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 finally awaits. Ah, that's right. We chose Keen Eye and Hot for our 2 qualities. We're from Thoughtless City. We refused the boiled peanuts from the man on the bus. We found an opossum in our dresser. We witnessed Duke die in the woods and called the police. We met Stella's friend Kanika and her mother Sybil, learned about the ditchlings, and we crashed at Stella's and shared her guest bed before dozing off. Start a new file, you and Tabby are friends. Woke up in Stella's guest room, insisted Stella stay when Tabitha tried to kick her out of the room, told Avery the truth about what happened, visited Avery at the diner, walked with Stella to the mines, spoke to 3 groups of miners and was caught by Tabitha, warned Tabitha about the teen sneaking into the Shaw mine, and managed to escape the mine collapse without any injuries. We found a second opossum in our dresser, finally took a shower, met Janie, the pastor's wife who cleans the estate once a week, met Bo, the late Duke's enormous son. I told him where he could find his dad's body, made breakfast with Stella, smiley face. Yeah, we were going to romance Stella until I decided I'd rather romance Reese. I met the mayor dog, met Scarlet Hollow's resident creepy pastor, had dinner at Reese's. There's something hidden in the clinic and he wants me to find it. Invited Avery ghost hunting, left the spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. in the library, made plans with Sybil to talk about mysterious goings-on over tea tomorrow, received a troubling text from Stella before bed. I am not going to have tea with Sybil. I know that that is a trap. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Shouldn't we have Thursday? I guess Thursday will happen. Yeah, save my game now. Yeah, here, I guess. Okay. Yep. I have played Slay the Princess since then. Maybe I can't talk to animals. It's right, I can't. It's not one of my skills. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Mozelle. Welcome in. Would you like to see a recap? Oh, we've already done a little bit of a recap, but sure. If this is your first time, you should watch the recap. Yes, full recap. The funeral of Pearlie and Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. Floors have been known to give out. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? You'll eat those words when I come carrying carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. You're doing powerful and talk to animals? Nice. Single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight, while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs a shotgun. Oh, they've got new art. Pushing the barrel out of the way. I have heard it's worth replaying the earlier chapters because there's new art and there's additional like options, like bringing certain people to certain events. Becca's mom ruined your cousin bonding time at the library. Tragic. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs. While Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creatures attempt to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Makes this scene a lot more scary. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Managed to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispering tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Oh my god, what did we do? Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Oh wait, no, that's Franklin. Franklin's the Kronk. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Welcome home. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. From now on, you get back to the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. That's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Great did this recap to make me have to remember all the voices I did. I can do it. I'm powerful. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on here. Let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Why is Kanika a ghost? Why is Kanika a ghost? Why is Kanika a ghost? Holy shit. Oh my god. Right off the bat, even in the fucking recap, Sybil's trying to make me forget Kanika. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what I can manage right now anyway. Or beyond what he can manage right now anyways. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. I killed her. No! I didn't kill her. Holy shit. No wonder they said, please watch the recap. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks and pops through a hole in the fence disappears over the crest of a hill. I killed the hot goth lady? Oh my god. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. Jesus. How could you do this to me, video game? You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. You just snuck into Sean mine. Figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Ugh, why do things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll head over as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned the mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Bring her back. I didn't do anything. It's not my fault. Correct. Ah, that smile. Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. My dad says our house is haunted. She's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks, like my own. You see Becca and Alexis is gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. A pair of thunderous knockers? What? Exactly. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Milia? Milia, are you alright? You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Oh shit, you're okay. Thank God. We could have died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until the adults showed up. You forgot how much the mayor fucking sucks. He really does. Becca, shut up. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. There are two of them now. Yay! Dustin and Dustin Mom. Ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Mivlia, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry you got cut up and all that. You two did right by those kids, though. What a blessing. Everyone got out of the situation all right. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Julia, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I'll be just a minute. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Mivlia, aren't you? My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. And with that, breakfast is served. Very important to remember that I had breakfast with Stella. He's a dog. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has also been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Mivlia. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from the piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Ghost Kanika says nothing. Why are you doing this to me? Emmy! Emmy! They killed Kanika! She's a ghost! Thank you for making me save the game's characters. And Mischief, hi, thank you for the care package. I'll do that real quick. Whoopsie. No, I don't want to report Emmy. She's a ghost! The game was like, if you haven't played, if this is your first time doing episode 5, please do the recap. So I did the recap, and Kanika's a ghost in all of them. We don't remember who she is, we can't hear what she says, and she's just a dark outline. I didn't do it, it wasn't me. It was Sybil. It was Sybil, not me. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Sybil would never. Sybil definitely would. Dinner's already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Anxiously picks out her food. Stella's nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight, as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we're talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week. Well, Mivli is still in town. Well, I have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure you'll be okay. Always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Stella is the perfect woman, so it's not that big of a deal, but Kinix was a close second. Damn, everyone in this game is hot. Don't beat me up. No. Hey, you got here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay? Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around it stained a reddish brown. I'm going for it. Heh. Oops. And then we all died. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Before you have a chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was the ceiling. We're going to spend a half hour doing the recap, jeez. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? Nah, it's absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. The smell hits you, that now familiar wet, unwell odor. What an annoying pest you are, but you can keep me out for long. Seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Mivlia. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. This is all still the recap. Yep, we're recapping all of the days so far, and all of the horrors. You fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. Which I think this playthrough is actually one of my more successful ones. You're outside. It's real this time. Cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. You made the right choice. It would have been easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. Peace. I'm sorry, Mivlia. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? He hurries off down the road. Looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Open your eyes, it's a new day. Your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Check your messages, there's nothing from Stella. Let me get this straight. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Huckabee, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it wasn't just Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? You all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. Probably thought Big Betty was his to take. Thank you, Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Welcome in. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? Tulip made some imaginary friends, keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea to let her play in somebody's old garbage. Just got home? Welcome home. But she's 7. So of course she'll get some funny little idea in her head. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Thank you, Mischief. Thank you for another care package, too. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't, like, really boosted the union in this playthrough. That was a mistake of mine. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. What, the big union? It's you. Should I go? And try... That's not the right voice. Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. The instant you're alone, Tabitha rounds on you. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. It's a shame she's your cousin. Listen to me, Mivlia. Really listen. This isn't some funny little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care if we're family. Make the rest of your stay here a living hell if you cross me. I'm not going to drink this. And I'm afraid I can't be of much help. Ear readings are my specialty. If I don't have your leaves, I can't do a reading. Yeah, well, fuck you. I don't trust you, Sybil. Somehow you still managed to drug me into thinking Kanika's a ghost. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Oh, are you okay? You don't respond. And you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away all at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to stardust. Stardust? Sawdust. Sybil is trying to make you repent for killing your daughter. I refuse. Tear into it. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of the house, we'll be safe. You won't be safe. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Sybil is as fine and normal as Reese. So true. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Your monster fucker side is in love with that back. Your Mexican side is telling you to fucking feed him until he bursts. Well, he is like that on account of his mom has been poisoning him to keep him from turning into a monster. Is this what you were so afraid of? Get over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. But you didn't take the tranquilizers, did you? Hot. You step forward. Reese stares down at you, a pained sadness creeping onto his unnaturally stretched face. I'm not a monster. Yes, the power of being hot lets me fuck the monster and save everyone. You sit on a log beside Stella. Aaliyah, how'd you? Close your eyes. Your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese out in the woods somewhere, truly free for the first time in his life. Disgusting. And then you think of nothing. It's time to continue your journey. Yep, half hour into the stream. Time to play the game. Wake up. Alright, here we go. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. As your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. My friends! When it finally stops, you are startled by the sudden silence. You are awake now. Cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still clouded with sleep. You realize there's a concerning lack of blanket and mattress. There's nothing beneath you but hard wooden floorboards, dusty and uneven. Dustin! And Dustin, Mom! There's also a weight on your chest, and claws, digging gently at your skin. Your heart skips a beat. You're greeted by two beady eyes staring down at you over the twitching nose of the opossum that live in your drawer. The other one's crouched in the corner, eyeing you warily. Justin! There are 3 Mivlias on screen currently. I'm not a possum! You're not in your room. Start crying. Hell yeah. All right, I want to make sure there's not any other, like, yeah, Thursday decisions. Found out that Stella disappeared, ran into Avery on the way to town, invited them to help, checked Stella's house for clues, visited the church and didn't find her, visited Oscar at the old Maxwell place after rescuing Pixel from a ditchling and meeting a pack of roaming dogs. We've rescued Pixel, that's important. Hi, Poppy Lily, welcome in. This hat fell on you when you came in, and you're seeing opossums. Peak, absolutely. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, welcome in. Visited the diner where I found out the striking miners were organizing. There aren't many of them. Yeah, I didn't do enough. Encouraged Harrison to join the strike. Went to the mines to look for Stella, where a small group of workers blocked the entrance. Had a tense confrontation with my cousin in her office. This line probably should have been over here. Visited the police to file a missing person report. Ran into Bo. Stopped Sybil, but refused to do the tea reading. Found my family's medical history and read through it. Encountered another stone. Reese realized that his mother was poisoning him and transformed into a monster. Threw myself between Reese and his mom. Managed to get him to abandon his bloodthirsty quest for revenge. Found Stella and talked to her alone. Stella opened up about her parents. You know what? I'm gonna start crying. Your lower lip trembles as tears well up in your eyes. They bubble over, streaming down your face as you lie on your back on the dirty floor, crying. The larger opossum in the corner seems unsettled, backing further away, but the possum on your chest takes a step forward, resting a tiny paw on your cheek. It licks away your tears. Aww, baby. You may have to take every vaccine known to man to make sure you don't get a disease from the interaction, but the kindness of the tiny creature is clear. Well, maybe for many diseases, but possums cannot get rabies, and they eat ticks, so they're actually very good to have around. Or it likes the salt. Yeah. I'm not smacking the possums. I'm going to stand up and get my bearings. Sniffle slightly, wiping away tears, trying to gather yourself. You stand, your legs wobbly from sleep, the odd tilt of the floor adding to your unsteadiness. The opossum clings to your shirt with tiny claws, holding on for dear life. You must be in the forbidden wing. Judging by the faint scent of death that still clings to the insides of your nostrils, you didn't find your way here by sleepwalking. I suspect a certain ghoulish veiled man had something to do with your relocation. Small possum finally moves. It carefully makes its way down the length of your clothes, as if afraid you might notice it if it moves too quickly. Actually muting out? Okay, bye-bye, blood. The body temperature of possums is low, if memory serves, meaning they can't carry most common diseases. Yeah. They added the skunk to the game? No, they're possums. I'm skunk. Different. Different. Hastens when it finds solid ground, scurrying to the larger opossum in the corner. Ah, Destin and Destin, Mom. The two stare up at you, not quite afraid, but clearly more wary now that you've risen to your full human height. Maybe they were watching over you as you slept, or maybe they were hoping you might be lunch. Either way, either way, you're both going your separate ways now. There are two doors out of the barren room. One's a normal doorway, leading into what you assume is the hallway. The other's a door that must have once been hidden. The ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Investigate the once hidden door, call someone, yell, hoping that there's someone to hear you, continue into the wing. Let's investigate the once hidden door. Miv, Miv, and Miv. Doors doesn't seem clear. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where the handle should be. Look through the hole where the handle used to be. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. It's your room, which means you'd be able to slip right back into safety of the rest of the house. You could manage to find the handle. By forcing the door. Push on the door, or you push on the wall, it doesn't budge. I'm messing with the metal contraption that stands in place of the door's handle, tugging and jiggling and pushing on it every which way, and still nothing. Call someone. You groggily pat your legs before realizing you're still in your evening attire. It seemed Wayne wasn't thoughtful enough to bring your phone from the nightstand. Maybe he'd prefer if you saw what there was to see in this place alone. You yell, hoping that Tabitha has yet to leave for the mines. Receive no response. Alright, nothing else to do. You make your way carefully across the slanted room and deeper into the forbidden wing. Before you use a long hallway, dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run to. There's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Can't help but notice the tracks leading up and down the grimy hallway floor. Clearly, the forbidden wing is only forbidden to some. Make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. Seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of a fancy rich people who want to show off. Would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. A large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Something else catches your eye, too. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now exposed by the rot of the house. Examine the painting. Scarlet Hollow. We've got the mine. We've got the church. We've got Town Hall. No, that's Town Hall. This is Scarlet Manor. And then, like, the actual houses. That's Dr. Kelly's. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of the painting. The church. And then there's somewhere you've yet to see. The historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. That's going to be Beau and their rival. Faded bronze plaque beneath reads, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project, let the past never be forgotten. Alright, that's going to be where my other seals are. Examine the space beyond the broken bookshelf. Across the parlor, testing each careful step along the way, and duck between the collapsed shelves on the old bookshelf. The space is dark, features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through a myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. What we got? We've got a Confederacy. Was West Virginia part of the Confederacy? I don't actually remember. It's right around along the line where the North and South split. We've got Confederacy memorabilia, including a gun. We've got a buffalo head. We've got some knickknacks. That looks like a Illuminati triangle. We've got a bunch of heads, daggers, very occult mysticism sort of things. We've got Horus. We've got a long skull that could be reminiscent of Reese. We got a picture of a horsey, the most important of all. Angel on the fireplace. We got Sisyphus here. Or not Sisyphus, Atlas. Interesting. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets. Some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. West Virginia never was a Confederate state. It actually separated from Virginia in order to remain part of the Union. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that very much. Beat Mazel to it. Well, thank you both. Interesting, then, that he would have Confederate memorabilia in a state that separated from Virginia. I mean, I say that, but fucking, you get a lot of people in the North who are still will put Confederate stickers on their truck, or people out west even who weren't even part of the fucking country at that time. Assholes know no bounds. Remember that being part of the reason we have a few states that are like north, south, and east, west? But all of these are ornamental details. Our focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Yeah, let's look at the desk. Open the top drawer, open the bottom drawer, step away. Oh, top to bottom. There's a... Oh no, that's probably the stopper for the bottle. That matches. Top drawer mostly contains old-timey writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped leather opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. At the very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognize staring back up at you. An antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against the dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eye that seems to have faded by the time he found his way to that hospital bed. He closed the drawer. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it out. It seems that it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives in with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Inside, you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper preserved somehow inside the containers, a hint of writing visible at the edges. Reach for one of them, twisting the cork. It unseals with a pop, releasing a smell like an old pond, like decaying leaves and damp earth. Tug at the corner of the slip of paper and it unfurls. The writing across its surface is crisp and clear as if it had just been written. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost. The paper dissolves before you can finish reading it, as if it finally realized that it had been submerged all these years, turning to useless pulp between your fingers. Unlikely you'll have the chance to return here. The vials are too delicate to carry with you. Keep reading? Yes. You open another. Miss Verena. Couple with tea. Your presence requested at. Another. Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt of subterfuge. Thought we both. Again, it dissolves. How many of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve and some to Verena? All are signed ES. You have to assume it has to be from Enoch. Oh, there goes a fire truck. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever this Verena might have been. Before you know it, the door's empty. The floor around you scattered with drained vials, and the air stinking of wet rot. Step away from the desk. Turn to the hallway. I think if I had, like, the thiefy abilities, I might have been able to, like, steal from the displays. Maybe get the gun. You return to the hallway outside the parlor. Follow the footprints. Follow the path laid out in the dust. Takes you up a flight of stairs. The way down blocked by debris, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway and into the furthest door. There are much fainter tracks leading to the room in front of you, its doorway hidden behind a stack of boxes. Footprints are old enough to have accumulated some dust. They were also, notably, not made by boots. If you had to guess, you would assume they were loafers, or some other kind of low heel. Move the boxes from in front of the nearest door. Boxes slide out of the way with a bit of elbow grease. You push past them into the room beyond. The room is coldly empty. The large antique bed is made, its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness, even with cobwebs stretched between each corner of its four-poster frame. Closet's open, but let's check the desk first. Don't like that doll. Except step towards the desk, its drawers practically overflowing with stationery. You sift through the paper, it quickly becomes clear whose room this is. There are stacks of bills in Edwardine's name, filling nearly every drawer, and even once you manage to get past the layers of envelopes and trifold paper, you hit a permafrost of receipts. It seemed she was doing her best to be meticulous and hold on to any scrap of paper that might possibly be important. But when you reach the bottom of the drawers, you find something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages, some opened, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Got a picture, writing, love dad, kitty cat, princess for a day, it's your birthday, old geezer. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Pearland treats you to your best Christmas yet. Not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awfully pretty, and they've still got that peach smell. And make sure you put your ear to them too. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Pearland to take you to a nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby. I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. Made sure to write out my address on the back of this card, just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. Pull out another from closer to the top of the pile. Happy birthday, Tabby. It's me again, your old dad. So, the big 2-0. Can't believe my daughter is such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels in the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make, like you're a professor of animal noises. No idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if sometimes it feels like I'm writing to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to come visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up, just in case. Always ready for you, kid. Love you, and I always will, no matter how you turned out to be. Love, Dad. For years and years of these, the bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes dated from when Tabitha would have been a kid, all from him. Pocket a few of the cards. Make your way to the closet. Seems Edwardine kept things neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. Can't help but notice these dresses look strangely like the style Tabitha wears. You can imagine Pearland sifting through Edwardine's old trunks of clothes, recycling moth-eaten vintage dresses for her daughter in place of buying anything new. The only thing here besides clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Child-sized overalls, striped shirts, a small pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. One of those little sailor boy suits from the 50s. Boys from the 50s were always wearing. Don't like that. Mommy, I am in here too, and I love you. You pull out the last shirt. A note is revealed, tucked away at the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick brown watery ink that's cracked with age. Mommy, I'm in here too, and I love you. Hands tremble, the note somehow making the tips of your fingers feel dirty, even as it sits behind a layer of plastic. Drop it back into the box, once again covering it with clothes, shoving it back into the recess of that old forgotten closet where it belongs. You're done here, return to the hallway. Your ladyship's chambers, explored Edwardine's bedroom. Finished with the tucked away room, you return to the hallway. Enter the middle room. This space was clearly once a nursery, though no child has been here in a long, long time. Bookshelf. Top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational materials, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Kenai. That doesn't seem to have stopped them from making their own fun. You see quite a few books with children's art stuffed between the pages, the corners peeking out, tiny scribbled hands waving at you from their yellowed paper. A lot of the children's art. Reach for a particularly doodled on encyclopedia off the shelf, its pages overflowing. If Daddy plays with me in Mary Bell, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mommy and Grandpa took us to work, if me and Mary Bell and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic. All by Alexandra Scarlet. All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. Alexandra Scarlet. There's a strange, fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone's smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing. And yet it seems like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn. Expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. There are less joyful illustrations as well. Daddy napping shows their father sleeping in a chair, a bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him. The girls hovering in the doorway some distance away. Mommy going to work shows the girls crying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces. The boy in the wall. Read a few writing practice books. Sure, why not? You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near crumbling pages. Reasons Mommy should take me and Mary Bell to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2. Mary Bell says elephants are so big and I would like to see one. 3. I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have a good time. These are also the work of Alexandra. You flip through the rest of the books, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copying pages flash by. But something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, Today Alexandra continues with, talked to the boy in the wall. Excellent reasons to go to the zoo. It's true. It would be fun. And the elephant. And also not crying. There he is again. Make your way back to the hallway. Approach the window. Carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. Sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that somehow holds this place together. As for now. Continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the furthest room, down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques marks it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. The curtains on the far side of the room catch your keen eye. Below them, you can see the edge of a tilted section of floor, with smooth white porcelain, a strange contrast against the hard wood. Explorer, keen eye, examine the curtain. You cross the room and pull back the curtain. Ooh. Behind it is what almost looks like a shower, but in place of the shower head is a meat hook dangling from the end of a long, sturdy chain. As your eyes travel down the wall to the drain on the floor, you can just make out the rusty stains of what looks like long-dried blood caked between the tiles. There's been an effort to clean it up, but just enough has missed that it doesn't escape your attention. Reminds you of something you might have seen in an abattoir. Continue forwards towards the door on the far side of the room. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back... Sorry, several more fire trucks just went by. That's where we keep Skunk between streams? No! You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors. There's also another door. Hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. She's so tiny she sits on the hook. I'm small! Ah! The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. Kenai, you've been here before, haven't you? I don't need Kenai for that. I've played enough iterations of this game. Enter. You step forward. This was a prison cell. What does that say? O-V... Not sure. FC? Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with the nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window, set high in the far wall, is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. Can't help but notice the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. Adds a extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters, dug as deep into the bricks as this cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. Then, one final detail grabs you. A metallic glint from a filthy, bare mattress. Doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? Give him the doll. As you pick up the doll from its bed. It's Footread's property of Alexandra. Yeah, I've seen it before. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music. Tinkling of piano keys. Played by a clumsy hand. They echo up the narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Follow the music. You've come this far. Clearly, you're meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters, a network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of Scarlet Estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough, you see light again, sun creeping in through the edges of a nearby hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in through overgrown country yard outside. You found your way to the first floor, but you've yet to confront your guide. Finish what you started and find the piano player. The musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark, the slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill, jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. I knew it. I knew it was going to be Wayne. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. Hi, Hags. We're back at it with the wild opinion. Really be eating barbecued flavored chips? Some people are. I would not go for barbecued flavored chips myself. They're okay from time to time, but I much prefer the barbecue to be on the meat, and for the chips to be something more like salty. Like I do appreciate just a regular salty chip. or tangy. I'm a big fan of sour cream cheddar, sour cream and onion. Yeah, sour cream and onion. Not doing so currently, but once in a blue moon. The ones I did really like, here in West Virginia, there's a local chip company that has a Mothman chip that's just a barbecue chip. But the barbecue blend on it is pretty nice. I think this is a good spot for some so for you guys to talk about chips and for some dramatic tension while Wayne is there in front of me. So I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. Like jalapeno chips? Yes, Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips are top tier. Imagine if they had a shop called Mothballs and they were cheese. Hell yeah. All right, be right back. Those tzatziki chips were great. Yeah, those were really good. Um, yeah, our local Aldi had a tzatziki chip, and they had a roasted feta and rosemary chip. They were both really good. The feta and rosemary, excuse me, were really savory. They reminded me of soup for some reason, which I guess because rosemary's in a lot of soups, but I quite enjoyed them. And the tzatziki ones were nice and bright. Only checking back in only to see if Sleepy Skunk. I was running to the bathroom. Everyone was talking about potato chips. But yeah, love chips. Chips are good. Angel of Music, answer his call. So now you've seen it, Mithlia. Love those rare Aldi drops. Hell yeah. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. A breeze passes him, carrying with it the smell of the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. Steps just a few paces away. And I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful, you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. Sure, talk. Oh man, we have so many dialogue options, and I can flirt. But no, I've committed myself to Reese, and I don't think the game will let me be polyamorous with the monsters. What's with the dramatics? Isn't this all a little theatrical? There were things you needed to see, and I doubt you would have been interested in a private guided tour. Not when I'm the one who would have been giving it. And once I helped you find what you needed to find, I wanted you to choose to come to me, to know you were truly open to a conversation. I'm here, aren't I? Can't you see I trust you? You can tell me whatever it is you want me to know. You want to be somebody else's puppet, Mivlia? No comment. Next question. I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Pry them from her hands. then everything should start falling into place. Your thoughts wander, searching for someone who might fit that description. You draw a blank. Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory's a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical. Easily manipulated. The something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. I don't know who you're talking about. You'll remember when you need to. What's with the doll in that room? You liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. Who lived in that last room? Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I'd been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. The town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well be stuck behind that door. At least I'm free enough to warn you. Do you need to carry me off in my sleep? Wayne twitches almost imperceptibly before answering. Moment of weakness. I was impatient. You don't strike me as impatient. The days grow short. Take it as a sign that you should be feeling the same urgency. Does Tabitha know about all this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? Interesting. She's my cousin. I love her. Oh, that absolute bitch. Well, I think this version of me is not on the best terms with Tabitha, so I'm going to say, oh, that absolute bitch. I've played this game too many times, and it's been too long for me to remember the exact mindset I was in originally. Indeed she is. Hopefully one who won't get the chance to cause any more undue suffering. What do you mean the town is a prison? Can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way. It was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. We need to call somebody about this. The police, the National Guard, somebody. Trust me when I say they wouldn't be able to help. The forces at work in Scarlet Hollow run deep. There is no one person they can arrest. No group of people they can blame and do away with. It's beyond the realm of flesh. Hi, Drag. Bye, Drag. Thanks for stopping in to shout out Mischief. Hope you're doing okay. But I know how to fix everything. I know how to keep you safe for as long as you live. I'm gonna go with, I trust you, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do about any of this. Wayne's shoulders seem to relax slightly, as if he's relieved. Good. Good. Our enemies rely on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. We need to form a workers' union. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinking from beyond the veil, before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. Make your way back to where you woke up, slot the handle into the secret door of the wall. It twists. The door pulls back. You stumble through your closet and back into your bedroom. You lean against the doorframe, relieved at once again having sturdy, unslipped ground beneath your feet, and moderately clean air to breathe. The state has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside, the morning's revelations seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. The cell, the doll. Hello, squishy boy. Hello, squishy boy. Hello, squishy boy. Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more that she's partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Tabitha can't be trusted. Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. Tabitha needs to explain herself. Wayne can't be trusted. Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. She's your cousin, after all. You'll just tell her everything you saw, and surely the two of you can have a healthy and productive conversation and get to the bottom of things. Right? Maybe going to hear her side of things directly is your best course of action. I'm not ready to make a move. Even without the library, Oscar said that he tried to get to the bottom of things. Time to see what he's learned. I'm going to the police. Wayne said I needed to find the witch. I should do that before anything else. I need to see Tabitha. Tabitha needs to know about what's been hidden away in her home. I'm going to someone I can trust. The only way out of this is by finding the rest of the stone carvings alone if I have to. I'm getting the hell out of the place even if I need to walk. Okay. Let's do this first. I'm not ready to make a move. Even without the library, Oscar said that he tried to get to the bottom of things. Time to see what he's learned. Not going anywhere without doing more research. We might not have the library anymore, but Oscar said he was still going to do his best to piece things together. Going to the old Maxwell place before anything else. You don't have to travel all the way to the old Maxwell place to see Oscar. You find him standing stock still in the middle of Main Street, staring up at the now condemned library, his former work and home. His focus is so complete he barely notices as you walk up to greet him, though your footsteps echo loudly between the rows of empty storefronts. Oh, Mivlia. Clearly busy, forget about it, and find someone else to ask for help. Tell him everything. Oh. Is the stream still up? Oh, we're dropping. I'm gonna wait a minute to see if things stabilize. Are we stabilizing? Come back up, number. Come on. Come on, connection, you can do it. The rain's not that bad. Ooh, maybe the rain is that bad. Oh, we hit 0. Come on. Come on. I assume I'm completely dead on your end, Emmy. Just skipping a lot.
Go ahead and close this line just to see if that helps things at all.
Our numbers are really low. I think either the storm is fucking with some stuff or maybe somebody hit a line. Just waiting for it to stabilize before I continue the story. Or hopefully stabilize. It's hitting 0 occasionally, and I don't like that. Come on. You can do it. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and oh yeah, it was 2023 when I started this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna wait and hope that the stream gets better connected, and then hopefully we can continue. But it's going real slow. The numbers are getting more consistent, but they're being consistently small numbers. Alright, I'm gonna do this real quick. Get rid of this other music on this page that I normally would leave up. Just gonna leave this going for a second. I'm gonna grab a quick snack, and we're gonna see if the data was stabilized. Okay, that seems to have fixed things. Our streaming, because I got up and went and ate something. Whoops, over here. We seem to have smooth streaming again. I think. Graham, don't scream at everyone.
Babe.
Okay. I'm gonna go real quick. Post in my server that stream is back up. I don't know how many people we lost there, but for their benefit. And anyone who chose to stick around, thank you so much for choosing to stick around. Graham. Graham. Here. Graham's being naughty. Okay, so I think I'm hoping that this isn't we get one person to help us, because I think in that case we need Kanika. But I'm going to go with telling Oscar, and we conveniently dropped a save just in case. I feel like this was a mistake. You explain everything you uncovered in the estate. Your family secrets, the cell. But when you finish, Oscar seems surprisingly unmoved. The town really has it out for us, doesn't it? Ever wonder why you came to Scarlet Hollow, Leah? The real reason, I mean. Because I think it's more than just the funeral. Are you listening to me, Oscar? My family has a secret dungeon in the estate. My house has an angry ghost living in the basement. You have to ask yourself, why us? Why have we been chosen to witness these things? I believe in fate, Midlia. I can't bring myself to accept that's what happened to us. That what's happened to us is just the product of chance. That begs the question, what is Scarlet Hollow? You seemed fine yesterday. Why are you suddenly waxing all poetic? I had to hold it together for Rosa. I need to protect her from all this. But once she was asleep, that's when I let the thoughts solidify. Maybe Scarlet Hollow is a test. One that doesn't like people running away from it. I ran away, and from that moment forward, the town has done everything it can to try and ruin my life. Too many streams in one day? I never technically stopped. I don't think anyways. I don't think it ever hit 0. Vivian ran away, and from her, what I hear, her life wasn't exactly easy. Now it's dragged you back here too for your own trial. Well, I'm not going to fail its test, not this time. What about Rosalina? You can't just rush off and do something dangerous, not when she needs you. You don't understand, Mivlia. Everything that's happened to her has happened because I can't live up to this town's expectations of me. I'm doing this because I know she needs me. But I can't be there for her, not in the way that matters, until I've done what's been asked of me. I won't ruin my daughter's life by being a coward. I'll be able to help you. It certainly sounds like this town is asking for more of you than it is of me. But I can't, not yet. I can't fix your problems until I fix my own. There's no library we can use for resources. Not there are any to speak of. I have no home. But after tonight, everything is going to be put back the way it is supposed to be. Determination at last. Speak with Oscar after he's chosen a dangerous course of action. With that, he wanders away, still fixated on the library's exterior. Whatever Oscar is planning to do, it sounds like he has his mind made up, leaving you once again without safe harbor. Where could you possibly turn next? The police, the witch, Tabitha, someone I can trust. I feel like someone I can trust is going to be Oh shit. Why can't I remember her name? Girl, the very first girl. I cannot. My brain is doing it. Alright. I'm going to try to find the witch. Wayne says I needed to find the witch. I should be doing that before anything else. The witch police. Ah, so true. Kick this house's ass. Now isn't the time for unnecessary confrontations. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he notably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. We have no idea where to even begin finding this witch, or for the matter who she, you're assuming she's a she, could possibly be. Think harder. There's a sound in the woods to your right, a snapping branch. It breaks you from your panic, your mind going blank with fresh fear. Leah. It's Reese! Yay, Reese! It's Reese, standing nervously at the edge of the woods. The warped faces of his paintings stare down at you from the safety of the trees. Are you okay? You look scared. Is it me? I'm sorry. I know I must have seemed kind of unhinged last night, but I'm okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Hug him! You rush forward, catching the nervous creature off guard as you wrap him up in your arms. Oh. Takes him a moment to react, tensing in your grip, as his mind refuses to accept that you would choose to touch him. But he softens, folding his long limbs around you, holding you gently against his bony chest. You hear his heartbeat, quickens as you hold him closer, like a fluttering bird trapped inside his ribs. Together, you measure your breaths, both of you calming yourselves with the other's presence. His tail's out now. I like his biker jacket. Trying to remember if another character has worn that, where he might have gotten it from. Stella, that's the character I was thinking of. Jesus Christ. He eventually pulls away, though his lingering hands seem reluctant to part with you, sliding all the way down your arms before finally returning to his sides. And then you, yeah. Nah, later, once we don't have demons to deal with. Mivlia, so you missed me too? Jesus Christ, jeez, don't scare me like that. Thank God you're here. We need to get out of this town. Thank God you're here. You won't believe what I found in the state. Tell him everything. Yeah, I don't want to say don't scare me like that. Thank God you're here. You won't believe what I found in the estate. Reese listens intently as you attempt to put it all into words, trying to form coherent sentences despite the panic that still threatens to reduce you to blabbering nonsense. So I wonder if at this point in the game you have to either pick the person you have a relationship with, or pick Tabitha if Tabitha is on good terms, or possibly pick her on if you have bad terms and get fucked over, or if you have to choose to do things alone. You being dragged away in your sleep, the hidden study. Finally, you tell him about the cell, and your encounter with the thing calling itself Wayne. His eyes widen. That Wayne guy dragged you off while you were sleeping? Like that. I don't like him. But that doesn't mean he's lying. It sure does sound like you could wind up in that cell next. I never thought we'd have something like that in common. I don't think you should trust Tabitha. There's no way she's innocent in all this. Did you tell him about your possum friends? I did say I'd say everything. So I have to have told him about Destin and Dustin Mom. Happy affiliate anniversary. Aw, thank you, Dan. Welcome in. I mean, she's been cagey all week, hasn't she? And I feel like if anyone should be able to spot her, or should be able to spot when somebody's trying to trap them in a tiny cell, it would be me. You need to stay away from her. But it's okay. You have me now, and I'll never let that happen to you. Your paintings? Oh, yeah, some of them are following me around. They're not dangerous or anything. At least not these ones. Find the other stone carvings, confront Tabitha. We need to do something, but what? I need to get out of this town. We should go to Stella. We need all the help we can get. Let's go to Stella. We go to Stella. We need all the help we can get. He looks pensive, hesitating before answering. Bella's a good person, and she's a good friend too, but she's pretty close with Tabitha, isn't she? Not saying she's in on it or anything, but I just get the feeling like she would want to go talk to Tabitha, and I just don't think that's the best thing to do. I mean, you saw how things went last night. Running guilty relatives can go bad fast. It doesn't mean we're alone, though. There's a... What's her name? Black clothes? Works at a store? That's kind of rings a bell. Some friend of yours, right? But you've been spending a lot of time together this week? Though it's not like I was there. I guess I thought you were closer than you actually were. Sounds like we both need to jog our memories. We should go down there. I'm sure it'll all make sense when we do. Though I can't exactly go into town looking like this. I tried to put everything back the way it was. I don't think I got it quite right. I have to follow and watch from the bushes if we don't want people to panic. Wednesday done? Okay. Reese glances nervously back out at the road, then at you. He's hesitating. First, just in case something happens. He takes a step forward. You see it in his eyes. He's working himself up to something. His hand hovers between you, reaching but afraid to close the distance. Finally, he finds your cheek. His fingertips are cold from his long, lonely night in the woods. His claws sharp and unyielding as they press gently into your skin. An almost imperceptible color rises in his face. His breath's coming quicker. His lips parting slightly, hopefully. His nervous eyes settle on your mouth. Kiss him, kiss his palm, looking coyly in his eyes. Are you going to kiss me? Kiss him. You don't waste another second. You reach up, taking him by the chin, pulling him towards you. Your lips connect. Takes him a moment to realize what's happening. His mouth a stiff line against yours, but you softly invite him to relax into you. He finally... This is definitely the music I think of whenever I kiss someone. He finally obliges, practically melting as the initial shock wears off. Hi, Specs. Welcome in. Thank you for the happy affiliate anniversary. His hand travels from your cheek to your scalp, his long claws running along the sensitive skin and sending a shiver rippling down your spine. His other arm wraps around your waist, his body bending nearly double as he folds himself around you, losing himself to your touch. His forked tongue explores your bottom lip, and yours runs along his pointed teeth, his mouth warm in contrast to his cold skin. I'm amazing. Oh, I don't know about that. Finally pulls away, gasping, his chest heaving with satisfied breaths. He smiles a wide, toothy grin. Alright, Reese, alright, calm down. Put those gums away. Okay, now we can go. Heaving with satisfied breaths, that's me every day. God, he looks so dorky right now. Before you get the chance to stop him, he scampers away, his long swishing tail disappearing into the underbrush. His paintings follow him, slithering away. Even though he's faded from sight, you can still feel his presence watching from behind the trees. Silent. Genuinely misheard to do that. You can walk the rest of the way down towards town, knowing you aren't alone. There's a monster watching, looking out for you. And yet, when you arrive, you can't help but feel like the place you're intended to go is wrong. An old bricked-up building where you're certain something used to be. Ooh, spooky. Maybe you're almost certain it used to be. Renovations like this don't happen overnight. Hey, Miles. One of Scarlet Hollow's resident teenage miscreants. Ilya, I don't remember the voice I did for this guy. Ilya, I gotta talk to you. Something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. If I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, this is stupid. I sound crazy. Doesn't sound crazy, though. You get an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition. but he can't seem to hold on to it, a slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. You're not crazy. Something's wrong. It has to do with your family. Something's wrong right now. Like something's supposed to be here and just isn't. You're not crazy. Something's wrong. It has to do with your family. I wonder if the mystic gets to ignore this. You draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. I knew something was wrong. I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. I had cereal, and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. And wait, the person was there. I talked to them, and they left, and I went out to the street. Because the office is closed for renovations, so I had to wait outside until it was done. Feels like he's recounting a dream, the memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please, make it stop. Have you talked to anyone else about that? No. Nobody else lives here, and I don't need people looking at me funny the rest of my life. I should have just kept my mouth shut. It's not like you know anything anyway. Why'd you come to me with this? I don't know. Guess I thought you might know something. Whatever. There's somebody missing, isn't there? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble, and his eyes are shiny with fresh tears. Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think it's my fault? Can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. There's this crazy old guy on the edge of town. You gotta find him. Julius. He was always coming around to ask me weird questions. I don't remember what he asked or what I said, but I feel like it's important. And he wrote it all down in a notebook. Gotta get him to show you that notebook. I'd go out there, but I can't think straight. Not right now. I need somebody to fix this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. Singular whoop of a police siren interrupts the two of you before you get a chance to ask any more questions. God, kidding me.
Well, well, look who's bumming around town.
You okay, hun? 1312, yeah, 1312.
Do you really think that everything you've done around here wouldn't catch up to you, Mivlia? Excellent work detaining the suspect, Miles. I think you've earned an honorary deputy's badge.
Deputy Franklin hands Miles a sticker of a little badge. The young man looks at it with obvious disgust. Why are you even going after Mivlia? What did she do?
Not that I need to tell a kid why I'm arresting someone, but a man died on Monday and the city slicker's the biggest suspect we got. Don't think we haven't heard about your involvement with the gas leak that got the library shut down either. The coincidences are adding up, don't they? And they're pointing right at you. Is that reason enough for you? I don't care who you're related to. Justice will be served, and I'll be getting to the bottom of things.
Whatever, man. I'm getting out of here.
Thanks again for your service, son. Town owes you a great debt. Don't make this difficult, Mivlia. You have the right to remain silent.
Run, you dumb oaf. Don't you know who my family is? You know who I'm related? The I'm related to isn't going to work because Tabitha's all for me getting arrested at this point. You're going to waste taxpayer money, at least do it with a pizza party. Unhand me, pig, I have my rights. Oh, yeah. All these dialogue options, I'm picking to run. I've got Reese to keep me safe. You don't have time for this. Without saying another word, you turn tail and run as fast as you can.
Hey, gut it out. You're only going to make yourself look more guilty.
But words aren't real. They can't stop you from running. No, the only thing that could stop you now is excruciating pain as every muscle in your body seems to spasm wildly out of control.
Hot dang, I've always wanted to use this thing.
Goddamn pigs.
Now, where was I? Right, anything you can say, Will?
You hear the click of handcuffs sliding into position around your wrist, and then you hear nothing. Reese! Reese, my monster boyfriend! Why didn't you kill the cop for me? At least not until the cruiser, in which you find yourself crumpled in the back seat, blares its sirens, and picks up speed. Car pulls up to the farms. You feel it again. As the car pulls up to the farms, you feel it again. tingling at the back of your skull, an urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward with the threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying that can only stop if you tend to it. There's another stone here, and it's refusing to let you ignore it. Deputy Franklin gets out of the car, leaving you in the back as he joins the assembled crowd.
Alright, Sheriff, what's the situation?
Oh, got tired of waiting for y'all to come do your job, so he took it upon himself to go investigate the Tremaine household, and he ain't came back out, and it's been hours. I'll do the honors of briefing the officer on the current situation. You can go back to your house and let us handle it from here. But y'all don't know all about his traps and whatnot. Duke was always saying not to go in on account of the Tremaine insanity.
It's alright, ma'am. We're the police. Facing dangerous situations is our job.
The woman who you take to be Bo's mom reluctantly returns to the porch of her home, watching the other building intently as the officers talk amongst themselves. Franklin, you're with me. We're headed on in to get a handle on the situation. Derrickson, you listen in from the squad car. Hopefully we can settle this without you. But you're a backup if things go south, alright? I've never seen someone capitalize the S in south when things go south.
Yes, sir. Think there's any hope for the hostage? Been awfully quiet.
If you ask me, I don't suspect there is a hostage, not anymore. He'll more likely be giving the doc a call once this is all settled. With the tip of his hat, Hugby signals to Franklin, and the two make their way up the hill towards the old farmhouse.
Hey there, Mivlia. Sorry you had to come along for the ride. We'll take you back to the station soon enough. Sounds like this won't take long to settle. In the meantime, I'll keep you company.
The thing calling out to you is starting to lose its patience. You need to find a way out of here before it gets angry. Could you let me go? I haven't done anything wrong. You don't really think Bo is dead in there, do you? You guys arrest me. Could you arrest the guy who's been stalking me? Meow. Do. Lots of things. I'm going to sue you so hard. I'm going to take this to the FBI, the Supreme Court. I'll give you $100 if you let me know. Okay. Could you let me go, please? I haven't done anything wrong.
I'm sure you haven't, but that's why we're going to bring you in to answer a few questions, so we can prove as much.
And if we see that you really aren't a threat to the town, then we'll let you go, and that'll be that. What about innocent until proven guilty? I know that cops technically have the ability to arrest people from this stuff.
Is that how it goes? I'm joking. But of course, there's no way to know if you're innocent unless we ask questions like you're guilty. Just basic police work.
You don't really think Bo's dead in there, do you?
I'd love to be wrong about this, I really would. It'd be a real shame considering what poor Irma's been through this week. But Bo's a big man. Hard to keep a big man like that from moving around and making a fuss, and we've seen a whole lot of nothing going on in there. Still's the grave, if you pardon the expression.
Well, I don't want them to arrest Wayne. You don't understand. I need to get into that house. The deputy sits in silence for a moment. I don't even know how to respond to that. You get that someone probably just died in there, right? Sound coming from the house on the hill. Shouting, angry, panicked. A frantic voice crackles over the radio.
Derrickson, come in. Sheriff's down. Those damn traps. Irma wasn't kidding. Keep it together, Franklin. Is he breathing? What's the status on Tremaine and Calloway? Something in the basement. Going down now.
Hear an ungodly noise over the radio. A gunshot, then static.
Franklin, report.
There's only silence. Damn it, Franklin. Deputy Derrickson hesitates briefly outside your door, as if hoping someone else might leave the farmhouse without his getting involved. But after a few seconds, he's heading up the hill, yelling something at Irma. Front door opens. A long arm reaches in, grabbing Derrickson's keys where they were left on the dashboard.
Leah.
Police frees you from the car, hunching beside you as he fumbles with the tiny keys, made even smaller in his monstrous hands.
Sorry I couldn't step in earlier. I hope you weren't too scared in there.
What, you didn't want to get tased? Let's see, we can see their flag now. Handcuffs fall to the ground with a metallic clatter. Reese is still talking, but you aren't really hearing him. Your mind fuzzy as the stone calls to you, drowning out the world. So much louder outside the car. Farmhouse. Stone.
Like in the morgue.
Another upside to having Reese here. He's actually witnessed me do this once before, where I get all woobly because I need to see one of the rocks.
Get it. You don't have much choice.
Reese, you gotta stop hunching forward. It's not a good look for you. Lean back again.
I won't stop you, but...
He's interrupted by the sound of another car pulling into the farm. Ah, shit. Reese? What are you doing here? He runs off without saying another word. Reese! Just another distraction. Irma, Mivlia, I got paged by the sheriff. What the hell is going on here? Where are all the cops? Did Reese hear someone? Talking's just noise. Their words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice, one you can just barely make out. But you know it will be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Mom, where do you think you're going? You continue forward. You barely even notice your hand slipping over the doorknob. Now you're inside. Ooh. That's pretty bad. I don't think a doctor can help with this. Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room. An axe, attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling, is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse in an imitation of life. Jesus. Careful, Joan. There's traps all over the damn place. Past the body, you see a giant pumpkin through the door to the garage. Cracked open, its guts strewn across the floor, seeds dotted across the hardwood, like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. What the hell's going on here?
Bergson, is the doc here yet? We need medical professional down here.
His voice is coming from the basement. That's where you need to be. He's been shot, Joan. Think you better call somebody. Oh, fuck, it's Avery.
Doctor's here?
Wait, hold on. Avery's... Yeah, Avery's the non-binary. Quicks! Hi, Quicks! That man's not going to be in Rush Hour 3. He sure ain't. Joya Anniversary, what are they doing to the... in my house? The affiliation. Hi, Quicks. How you doing? Thank you for the well wishes. Twitch somehow Twitch decided to write. Yeah, it's my affiliation anniversary, so it pre-writes these messages for people. Is this your house, Quicks? Have they have the cops entered it? The doctor's here. At least you should let her come down. Okay. You really don't want the officer to die down here, do you? I'm not the one blocking the stairs. I'm not the one you gotta convince. Won't be blocked for you. The stone wants you here. Gotta shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on the wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. That's how your place looks if you don't feed the bunny in time? Gotta feed the bunny. Doctor. Don't care. Let him bleed.
You're only making problems for yourself, Tremaine.
Dr. Kelly quickly pulls out her phone. Damn it, there's no signal in here. I've gotta step outside. You keep holding the wound, and no one else had better die while I'm gone. Doctor pulls out the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils holds it shut. It seems that the same forces that let you all in refuses to let anyone leave. We're stuck in here? What the hell are we supposed to do now? You already know what to do. Go look at Rock. You're vaguely aware that Officer Derrickson is trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. Reach the basement door and start to claw at the weird, fleshy vines blocking your way. They're strong, but they relent under your touch, welcoming you down below. Alright, now I can see him. Yeah, okay, it is Avery. What is Avery doing here? Alright. Who the hell?
So you tried to undermine me. I should have known you'd try to find a way around the rules.
You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse.
Just unhappy. I didn't think something like that would be so opinionated. I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it still feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. Hey. You're not dead, are you?
I have to find the witch,
Witch? Sybil? I have business with her too. So I should have known I probably wasn't the only one whose life she decided to fuck with. But all that ends now. I'm in charge here, and I'll get what I was promised.
Hey man, calm down. It's all good.
Speak for yourself.
Ooh, that doesn't look good for Bo. Ooh, that doesn't look good for Bo. Ah, he's got MREs. Your vision finally focuses, and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. The man, Julius, holds a gun in a silent threat. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound in his side, blood spilling out onto the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. And in the corner is Bo. Something's attached to him, the source of that awful noise. It stutters with pained inhalations. Oh, she's moving. Bo is still breathing. But he doesn't look well. Stone brought you here and stuck you in the middle of another nightmare. Mivlia, we can't get to you. The door's sealed shut. Even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Let's bring Mivlia up to speed. Julius, she looks a little shell-shocked.
Where the fuck do I begin? Alright. So the witch. I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing. She offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me a chance. He gave me the means to right that injustice. Only obviously didn't quite go the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interfered just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him earlier than he was ready, and he came out hungry. Too hungry for me to handle. He just kept trying to get at me. I had to hole up down here. Been stuck since fucking Wednesday night. Damn roots won't leave me, and they clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call the witch and get her to make things right. I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I could wait it out. Till Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound down here with me. That about sums it up. Guess in the end, it's only fair. Son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? Not like doing it the old-fashioned ways, all sunshine and roses. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person when he's done cooking. I don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. I'm a cop. Self-defense. Castle doctrine.
Explore a keen eye. You said you'd been down here since Wednesday. Why didn't you call anyone until now?
Because this is my business. These city people have no true concept of privacy, do you? But I'm not so prideful as I can't admit this particular situation got out of hand. Damn witch's fault. She knew this had happened.
All this was a long con to get me out of the picture. I bet anything. Part of me only wants to survive all this unscathed so I can rub it in her face. Avery, I thought you were chill. Why the hell are you helping this guy? Hey, you'll go after the kid. You don't know the first thing about.
It's okay, Julius. I get why she's asking. I'm helping Julius because he needed help. He thought my plant expertise might come in handy with all these root things. So he called me. But so far, I don't feel like my plant tricks have been that useful. There's no getting these roots out of Bo without causing serious damage. Especially now that the baby's freaked out. It's like he's clamping down harder.
You're just doing what you can, kid. Never should have called you up here, but you didn't have to see all this. Nobody did. And why is Deputy Franklin shot?
All I did was walk in.
You just walk into a man's house and expect to have run to the place? You were getting ready to pull out your gun. I was defending myself. Alright, I don't want to say either of these things. They seem unnecessarily callous. So messed up. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Bo, can you hear me? Okay. Alright. I want to talk to Bo. Bo, can you hear me? Are you alive?
Gotta get back to Mama. Worrying about me. I think I can see it. Look, all those bumps under his skin. It goes real deep.
Thing is my son, and you'll address him as such.
Sorry, Julius.
Listen carefully. Listen, clearly you need something. You woke up talking about the witch. You want to know where she is? I can tell you how to find her. If none of you does anything stupid, I'll tell you what I know. Sound fair? The conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan.
So, what? We're just supposed to wait until the Calloway kid dies?
That's exactly right. My kid gets born. We all forget this ever happened. Oh boy. Bo and the baby. Ooh, so many questions. I probably am on a time limit. I can probably only ask so many things. Is there really no way we could separate him from Bo? Maybe if we offered something better? Saying a debate. Shut up, or I'll shut your mouth for you.
I don't know, Julius. I think there's something we're missing. If Mivlia thinks so too. Maybe it's worth talking about again. That's why I'm here in the first place, right? Come up with some other solution?
You and I already decided this is best. That discussion was had and done with before anyone else ever showed up. What is that thing doing to Bo? He's fertilizer.
He's a person.
Not anymore. His body just happens to still be moving around. My boy had the time he needed. He wouldn't be doing all this. He would have been born quietly in the field like he was supposed to be. But he came out too early. An exchange has to be made. That's what the crone always said, so I'm exchanging.
Does it have to be him? Could we move it to somebody else?
Any volunteers? Avery slowly raises their hand. Your hand down, kid. That's one of them rhetorical questions you're supposed to answer. I wouldn't do this to you. Besides, my boy's got the biggest hunk of meat in the room. I think he's happy with that. He'd give it up easy. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you, Dragoon. Welcome in. I have a feeling tearing him out wouldn't be so good for Bo either. Think there's anything to do with wait. It seems like he's already done for. Maybe the child deserves a chance at life. Someone has to destroy that thing. Might as well be you. Let's ask about the witch. What were the terms of the deal you made? Did the witch tell you how to take care of the thing once it's done? There's something important I have to do. Someone connected to the witch is in trouble. It's urgent. Miles said you had a notebook, that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to you to get help fixing something that's wrong with the world. You said you know how to get in contact with the witch. What exactly did you catch her doing that made her make a deal with you? She betrayed you. this one. Miles said you had a notebook, and that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to you to get help fixing something that's wrong with the world. I don't go around showing my notebook to just anybody. For all I know, she sent you up here to test whether or not I'd be able to keep my mouth shut or not. That's some extremely vague shit anyway. What am I supposed to do with it? I don't know what's wrong with the world. I've been stuck in my basement for the past 2 days. What the hell do I know about what's going on out there? Can't even contact with the old crone because the tap's all clogged. Not that I didn't fucking try. It's Miles. Did something happen to Sybil? He would ask for her help if she was okay. Maybe she's in trouble. As if the hag would ever get in any trouble that she didn't mean to get into. Not that you'd be able to understand that. Not with all the tea she pours down your throat, and the throats of the damn near everybody in town. She's got just about everybody convinced she's God's gift to the holler. Bo screams with discomfort. The baby's digging deeper. The situation. Why do you want the kid? Life's unfair. You what, kill a man? Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly in here, she can help. We might be able to save Bo without killing your son thing. We need to get Franklin to Dr. Kelly. What kind of man lets another man make his sacrifices for him? Have you thought about what happens after this? Julius, the sheriff's dead. Franklin, how do you get in here? What happened? Alright. I'm going to try this line. I definitely feel we're on a timeline. Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly in here, she can help. She might save Bo without killing your son thing. I don't know if Julius is the one you have to convince. Baby's pretty freaked out right now. It's been getting worse since everybody started coming in, trying to protect itself. That's right. I've always got an excellent instinct for self-preservation. But unless he decides to let her come in here, we best leave it be. Situation. What kind of man lets another man make his sacrifices for him? Hell would you know about being a man? Grow a pair, then tell me how you feel. You know, I'm a man, Julius, and I think you're a coward. Correction, Franklin. You're a pig, not a man. Alright, well, broken clock's right twice a day. You sold your soul for some donuts and a shiny badge. You know, Julius, I actually think Malia might be onto something. It's about connection, you know? You're having a stranger make the connection that should be yours. No, I'm just getting guilt-tripped into dying today. This is my one chance for things to go right in my life. Everybody else got their chances right already. Don't I deserve mine? I came this far. Don't I deserve to see my boy open his eyes for the first time? Bo twitches, his skin blossoming with fresh bruises as the thing takes more of him. Boy. Just looking at my dialogue options, trying to... What were the terms of the deal you made with the witch? I caught her, doing what she was doing. She offered me this ritual thing in exchange for silence. Care package, thank you, Dragoon. Offered it right away, like she could see right through me. Knew exactly what I wanted most. I suppose that what she didn't know was I'm not the kind of man who'd turn somebody in anyway. Her business was her business. She didn't have to bother giving me some recipe to cook a boy from dirt, blood, and pumpkin seeds. Took it anyway. Then I just sat on for a while, till a moment of weakness. What was the ritual? Did you do something to Duke's pumpkin? Wasn't his damn pumpkin. It was on my property. The only reason it got as big as it did is because I fed it my own blood every night since the day it was planted, bleeding on the dirt like some kind of Satan worshiper. If that don't make it mine, I don't know what does. God knows I felt crazy doing it, but I'm not proud to say my judgment was a bit clouded. It was in a bad way. Bringing a boy into the world was just about the only thing that made me feel like I should stick around. Not that any of you know about that. Only serves as an explanation as to why I trusted her in the first place. Don't care about its name. Don't care if it can talk. What happens when it's finished? How do we know it'll stop with Bo? Try to play on his paranoia, but I don't think that's it. I don't need to ask about the tea. I already know. She clearly betrayed you. This doesn't seem like what she promised, does it? Damn None of you people have any patience. He needs time, and he needs food.
Can't be easy making a baby this way. Not easy making it the normal way either, from what I hear. But isn't it still beautiful, even the way it is now? It's eating him alive. You should be horrified.
And I hoped that would give us more. Do you want a kid? Life's unfair. You kill a man. Okay. Life's unfair to you, so you, what, kill a man over it? I'm not killing anybody. I'm just standing here. It's not like I did a single thing to Bo. Trespassed on my property. Everybody knows not to do that. What happened to him is his problem.
What about me? You shot me.
Save your breath, asshole. Maybe you won't die so quick. The thing under Bo's skin shifts, writhing in imitation of a clenching muscle. Oh, jeez. I don't know if Bo can be saved at this point. Whoopsie. Well, I didn't mean to bring up the save menu. I think at this point the only way we can save Bo is if we can push for it to be killed. If I keep asking questions, it's going to kill Bo. I would like Bo to live. As much as I'd like to ask more questions, yeah, I think this is it. Enough talking. Someone has to destroy that thing, and it might as well be you. The waiting brings you to your limit, and it brings you past it. Move quickly. Diving across the small room, scooping up shears off the floor as you zero in on Bo, and the thing slowly eating his way through him. Hey, hey! The shears come down on the thing, piercing its unnaturally soft chest. Bo's stolen blood pours out of orifices as thick sludge. Bo gasps, as if it's him you stabbed, the thick veins under his skin expanding, writhing. No! You'll pay for this. You whirl around to see his gun trained on you, your heart freezing in a split second of utter terror. Franklin stumbles forward, trying to reach for his gun, but unable to stifle a cry of pain. Julius's attention is pulled away from you, towards the sorry side of the cop, reaching desperately to wield his pistol. Julius, you're not killing anybody. Give me the... Gun goes off. You dive to the floor, panicked, your ears ringing uncomfortably. No more shots follow. You open your eyes, readjusting to the gloom. Shit. Oh, no. Not you, kid. Avery's gasping on the floor near Bo. Their patterned shirt is stained with their own blood. What have I done? First the boy, now you. He raises his gun to his head. Nobody left to do better than this. Julius? Whatever Avery was about to say is silenced when Julius pulls the trigger. Once again, the world feels quiet in the aftermath of the gunshot. Julius's body slumps against the wall, limp and dead, bullet hole smoldering at his temple.
Good fucking riddance.
The room's attention is drawn to the sound of the horrific, inhumane gurgling, punctuated the groans of human agony. It seemed that you did not quite manage to finish the job.
Move it before it grabs him again. If the Bo alive can live, baby can have me.
Ah, Jesus Christ. What are you asking me to do? You don't know what it's like to be attached to it. It could be painful. Isn't this a blood relatives thing? What if it doesn't take? I stabbed it. It's dying too. This won't save anything. We can get the doctor to fix you. You might not even be dying. But why? You and your desire to be infested with a parasite. I bet you wanted this all along, didn't you? Are you sure this won't kill Bo too? And then a bunch of actual options. Let's start with these. You get the doctor to fix you. You might not even be dying.
No, this is it. Please, let it be for something.
Stab it. It's dying too. This won't save anything.
Might as well try. Please, hurry. Talk hard.
What are you asking me to do?
Move baby to me.
Hell? Yeah, hell. That's where I'm at. Hi, Graham. Care package? Thank you, Mischief. I feel like I bungled that, but I know this game. It's probably like I needed. I wonder what skill would have fixed this. Not talking to animals, unless the plant monster baby counts as an animal. Um, I know they moved Keen Eye, but I don't think they moved it here, or I would have procced because I have Keen Eye. Strong, and then I think they made Street Smarts the one in chapter 2. Could be that mysticism works here. I don't know. Or maybe this isn't even the end of the chapter. Alright. I think this is true to what I would say, whether or not it's the solution here. No way. You don't deserve to die like that. Doc can fix you, I'm sure. Its last connection to its womb has been severed, and the house groans unnaturally, straining as the meat that infiltrated its walls dies. Faucet in the corner of the room, finally unclogged, bursts to life. Water pours out onto the dirt floor, mixing with the fresh blood and tissue into a charnel house slurry. As the vines blocking the door go slack.
Be okay, kid. I've held out this long. You can too.
Reese quiet now. Words seem too strenuous.
Kid?
Nobody left to do better than this. Lose the barista. They're dead. Fuck. Your hands are wet. Water spreading, pulling around you, making the floor slippery with mud.
Somebody help. Call doctor. Doc, you still up there? Room's clear.
Dr. Kelly rushes down the now unblocked stairs, her eyes wide with horror at the scene in the basement. So it seems like, unless there's a skill, this is the skill that resolves the chapter, I have to pick between Avery and Bo. Whew. What the hell happened down here? Man, that's fled in the room fast. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, check up. I've been shot as well, ma'am. The diner kid, Avery too. Need a hospital.
Some calls. Everyone stay with me. Ooh. Let's get out of here fast before it floods. Up to your chest now. There's no denying it.
What are you talking about? There's no water.
Oh, but there is. He just can't see it. His words are swallowed by the flood. Avery, no. Ginseng baby. Finish episode 5. Finish? Feel like you're choking. There's water in your lungs, or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of a rushing current. It's cold and dark. There are people screaming somewhere. What is this? There are bodies in the water with you. They are all dead. 1,000 corpses, 1,000 homes, all torn to pieces. But the flood recedes. It just hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of a daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. It's going to kill everyone. You are not the one who had the vision. Not yet. It has only been described to you by the daughter you have been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, Mother, but you won't be strong enough. The words are heavy. The village is doomed, then. No, I've seen a path forward. The only path that doesn't end in death. Take my power. I give it willingly. Then you can save them all. Interesting that it's scissors snipping hair? Save them all and lose you. You will lose me in any path but this. If we do nothing, we'll die with everyone else. If we flee, I will have the weight of 1,000 lives on my shoulder. I couldn't live. I would be lost either way. This is the way it must be. You do not recognize the bodies in the water, yeah. Accept and take your daughter back. You accept your daughter's decision. She is not the child she once was, and there is a confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. You take her back. Her power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows the sacrifice that was made for their lives. No one but you. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. You have another daughter. This time, the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives in you shows what is coming. Rotting bodies in the streets, the smell of sickness on the wind, church bells ringing for an endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen, everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of plague. You are among their number, your body no longer strong enough to heal itself. You are not enough to stop it. Not as you are. There's another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, but not after what you had to do. But she still carries in her some strength, enough. Explain it to her as it was explained to you. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give up. What you both have to give up. You love your daughter, after all. You will miss her, as you miss your first daughter. She is angry. Even when you try to explain that she will be a part of you, that she won't die, she cries and cries, and she tries to run away from you. It is attempting to cut its loose thread. Well, I think I'm going to pick the decisions that I think that Sybil is making here. The entire city rests on this decision. Stop her from leaving. You do not let your daughter run from you. No plague comes. The city never knows that it would have been a ruin. But there is an unhappiness in you. She didn't understand, and what you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You still have to carry that with you. It is part of the burden of what you are. Though no one knows the depth of what you have done over the years, you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you, their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. War rages and it never stops raging. Bleeding that spans generations, children born to die, decades of pain that leave a raw wound on the world. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing, if only you have more power of your own. Call your daughter to you. You raise them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you whenever you need them. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. This daughter joins her sisters easily, as she has been trained to do. You are the one who will remember her sacrifice and her name. A small rebellion is crushed before it becomes a revolution. The people in power are happy. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You set your sight on a place where there are no kings. America. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations, Anyone can hold power here, you have discovered, if they are vicious enough to want it. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time, you humor him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort, you and your daughter. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can manage? Not until the vision comes. A war like none the world has witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fist bowing to its crushing weight. The very ocean stained red by his influence. He's already on the way, you realize too late. You have been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war's coming whether you strike now or not. The loose thread sticking out from a mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. You have a daughter. You always have a daughter. Until you don't. Take her back and erase this man before his name can mean anything. He joins her sisters, as is her destiny, and you remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled with lesser men, none of whom remember whose shoes they stepped into, and none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. Blood is spilled. Less blood, but you still feel every drop. You hide yourself away from the world. You and your daughter. The visions still find you, but here they are small. The decision's simple. You can make them all the same, helping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Until one day, when you're shown a dark pit. Splintered wood, debris trapping everyone inside, bodies burning as the very rock catches fire, children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence as lungs fill with smoke. You know the choice that lies in front of you. Take her back. She joins her sisters, as so many have before her. The disaster is averted, lives are saved, and you have another daughter. That's not what happened. Not this time. Take your daughter's hand, and you look her in the eyes. They're green like yours. You don't want to do it this time. Stare out over the hills together as a plume of smoke rises into the air. You can't hear the screams from here. You assume you will die one day, like everyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. He has already decided. He is bringing something out here, something ravenous that doesn't belong, that has been pressing at the edges of the world, trying to find a way in. It has a way now, whether you help him or not. More of the thread you've followed comes into focus, and for the first time you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that you weren't there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you can ever hope to follow. Its toll, eternal and incalculable. There's a new thread too. You're patient enough, you're strong enough. When the moment finally comes, you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world. And it will give you so much power that you will never have to take back a daughter again. You can fix as many things as you care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes, so much like yours. Take her back and summon the entity into the world. You welcome her back, as you have with every daughter before her, and you help the man. He is arrogant. He cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will have to be more daughters before the day comes that this will be over. But days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be, if you're to stop the hurt that would scar a world without you there to guide it. And now you are here, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. Milia? What are you doing here? Are you real? No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. Well, glad I get to see you again before I go away. Before you say anything, already made my decision, so don't bother trying to talk me out of it. Everyone out there forgot about you, Kanika. It was like you didn't exist. That's okay. It's part of all this. I'm surprised you were able to remember. You really do care about me, don't you? Such a sweet thought. But it's okay if you forget too, once it's all said and done. I don't need to be remembered. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought, whatever it is, breaking out and causing a havoc, and all those disasters my mom would be able to stop if she takes its power for herself. I'm so much smaller than all of that. But in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. Life can be meaningful. You really feel like you have to sacrifice your life to have meaning? Working at a shitty little general store in a dying town? Yeah. I'd call that pretty meaningless. I think you and I both know I wasn't going anywhere in life. Sure, I told myself I'd be getting back to school, but it's not like I was working hard to get out of there. I would have just sold the store by now. I didn't. Some part of me knew I had to be here. Now I know why. Saw your brother today. He didn't understand what happened. He was so upset about it. He's the most likely the reason I even found you. Miles? But he doesn't even like me that much. He always thought I was bossy and annoying. He was upset? Whoopsie. It must just be because he doesn't remember how much he hates me. If he did, he wouldn't feel that way. How do we know any of that really happened? All you want, but I'm not taking that chance. Because if I turn back now, I'll know everything my mom could have stopped with will be my fault. I don't have to do this, Kanika. Yes, I do. So what's going to happen if I don't? What am I supposed to do? Go back to my normal life after this, knowing how many people are going to suffer through the generations because I was too selfish to save them? How could I ever live with myself? I'm gonna throw your life away because someone else is asking you to? Why do you think you're less important than anyone else? Are you skeptic? Aren't you skeptic? Why accept her deal on blind faith when you haven't had the chance to see how things play out? Same way any of us do, you're not solely responsible for the fate of the world, and neither is she. She doesn't see you as a person. She hasn't seen anyone as a person in a long time. Can't trust her to make human decisions when she's no longer human. This is my point. I often when I am doing tabletop campaigns or stories in general, I am very against the idea of unnaturally preserving your life beyond your years. She doesn't see you as a person. She hasn't seen anyone as a person in a long time. Can't trust her to make human decisions anymore when she's no longer human. That's one way to see it, but it could also mean that she does know more than us. I think I could handle it if all the terrible things she's seen actually happened, knowing it was because I made a selfish choice. Everyone dies at some point, Kanika. Terrible things come for us all. Don't think that means you don't deserve a chance to live. You don't get it. This is living. If I do this, then everything I've done will have meant something. More than it ever could have if I lived any other way. Even if everyone forgets about me, it has to be worth it for that. Right? You can see doubt creeping into her eyes. Why do I feel like every word that comes out of my mouth has been fed to me? This is my decision. I know it is. I have free will, and this is how I'm using it. Wipe myself off the face of Mother Earth so someone else can use me as a human battery? Eat some sort of cosmic entity? Doubt finally cracks through her certainty, and the witch's illusion cracks with it. Quiet, dear. There's no need to let Mivlia talk to you in circles. You already know the right answer, remember? I don't know anymore. I need to think about it. Let me go. Mivlia, you have no idea kind of danger you're putting yourself in by being here. You think you're doing the right thing, but all you're doing is dooming countless lives, starting with yours. Agatha, too. Sure you've noticed how stressed she's been. She carries an incredible weight on her shoulders. She can finally be free. You let me do what needs doing. Kanika can't save you on her own. I can't. I'm only able to tell you so much, but I tried to I'm only able to tell you so much, but I tried to show you what I could. I hoped you would be able to trust me by now, for your sake. This is the only way your story gets a happy ending. Sybil, this feels evil. I know how unpalatable it feels, Mivlia, but pull back the curtain and it's a far kinder choice than anything you've been party to this week. Unlike Duke, unlike Duke, who left behind a widow and a son to mourn him, Kanika's memory will be but a passing breeze. There won't be anyone to hurt from her loss. Even you'll forget about her as soon as she's gone. The burden of remembering her is mine and mine alone. You left Charlie's spirit to fester unresolved in the library. How many more lifetimes of suffering is he going to experience? And Oscar Gutierrez remains determined to reclaim his home. Does he have the capability to contend with that spirit alone? Just now, you chose to destroy the parasite attached to Bo Calloway, but at such an unforeseen cost. I don't think you've made any wrong choices, Miblia. Enoch's legacy has simply stacked the deck against you. My daughter is one person, and she won't die in the traditional sense of the word. She'll be here, with me and her sisters. It will be gentle, like stepping into a pool. All of these lingering threads left by your decisions can be mended, if you let her help me. Saw your son this morning. Yeah, Miles. Ooh. Confused for a second. I feel like this one's relevant to me, so I'll do this one. You act like you have such good intentions, but you were the one who told Dr. Kelly to start poisoning her son. If you hadn't been there, Amelia, I think you know things wouldn't have gone quite so well. And now you forced the poor young man out of the only home he's ever known. He had something approaching a normal life. All his treatment poison, when it was the only thing holding his life in balance, keeping him from becoming something that has no place in society. Do you think people will be kind to him, Mivlia? As kind as you? Are you so naive to think he won't encounter Joan after Joan out in the real world, if not worse? And do you think he'll always have someone there to force him to rein his passions in? Are you sure it will always work? Yeah, your blue philosophy doesn't work on my red philosophy, lady. Now you see the choices I am forced to weigh. You think my actions come from some inherent cruelty, but in seeing the outcomes, the entire picture, the way the ripples fan out, I like the meta of this. She's playing a visual novel, Choose Your Own Adventure too, but she's played every path. The way the ripples fan out, intersecting, coming together into new configuration, only then you can.
Good girl. Who's a good girl? You are. Yes, you are.
Thank you for the head pats, Thomas. I think this line is got an extra U in it. Only then can you understand the true weight of one small sacrifice. Or a way to report and understand why it must be made. No, I don't see it. If it was yours, here's the thing, Sybil. If it was your if it was your daughter's sacrifice, that would be one thing. But you've been manipulating your daughters, and you've been drugging people. You've gone mad with a desire for control. You need to die. Queen's already going to take care of me. I don't need your help. Sybil flashes you a pitying look. You poor dear. You really think he's the only one you can turn to? You think I've been manipulating you yet? That man somehow managed to earn your loyalty just because he's been kind. Kindness does a lot. Kindness is easy when you're free to lie. Truth is what's hard. Giving you the truth now. Call this truth? It's the closest I can get to it, yes. Why can't you just be direct? Why all this mystery? Those are the rules. Every bargain has its rules. And what about this bargain? What rules would I be agreeing to? This isn't a bargain. I was always going to help you. After all, I intend to break the structures that have been holding everyone in place. I have no interest in building a new prison. Grab Kanika and pull her free. You've already made up your mind. Take Kanika's outstretched arm and pull. You don't know what you're doing. Kanika, please, you understand. You understand how important this is. I don't think I do. I only understand what you wanted me to understand. You didn't let me think any differently. Well, I'm thinking differently now. I'm getting the hell out of here and I'm taking Mivlia with me. At her declaration, the dream around you starts to waver. It's losing its shape. No, come back. It's too late. The illusion's coming apart. If I could take one moment into my hands, persuade someone to leave. The world shifts nauseatingly around you. You feel like you're being buoyed upwards, ascending rapidly, reality crashing to meet you until finally you surface. Oh, it's the trash pit. Outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip? Janie? Witch actually finished chapter 5. Shinigami Hunter finished with keen eye. Habanero finished with hot. This is the end of chapter 5. Only one major content update remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Stay tuned for updates on this final release by joining our Discord, following us on social media, signing up for the newsletter. If you'd like to carry your progress over to the final chapters, please save your game. Now. Yeah, the last time I played, March 14th, 2023. Almost 3 years ago since I started this adventure. And I wonder if it'll be another 3 years before it ends. I hope not. So that was one way chapter 5 can go. I highly recommend you people pick up Scarlet Hollow. I know it's a game that's it's not finished, and it's been not finished for a long time, but I have every confidence that it's going to be finished, and this is fantastic. I did not think that they would kill any of the romantic interests, and yet we saw in this chapter alone that they might have killed multiple. Definitely want to check it out on my other saves. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream for my other saves, though. I think we'll continue to preserve this save file as the one that I stream. So, tomorrow, I've downloaded a demo for a game that we'll be trying out. And then Thursday will be Slay the Spire 2. Yeah, that was fan-looking-tastic. And very, very horrifying. All right. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out. If you wouldn't mind sticking around just a minute longer. As always, you guys can follow me on the socials. Oopsie. And grab yourselves a raid message. And we'll go find somebody to raid. Val, if she's on. Oh, Twitch, don't do this to me. Okay, hold on. Can I do this quickly? Fuck, where's the menu for it? Sorry, Twitch is crashing or ceasing to function again because of the fucking um the fucking update just keeps not working. Settings. There we go. Privacy and security, I think. Okay, if I can't find this quickly, we'll just end stream without rating. There we go. Manage browsing data. There we go. Twitch. Twitch.tv. Remove selected. Save changes. Fucking hate you, Twitch. And now it's sending a code to my phone. Okay, sorry guys. We're just gonna end the stream. Have a great rest of your day. Sorry that Twitch is being a little shit. You guys take care. Bye everyone. Bye-bye.